What's up, guys? Welcome back to Miami Dolphins Syndicate. As always, I'm your co-host, Donovan Quick, and today we're going to be talking about some undrafted players that the Dolphins have on their roster and who has the best chance of making the 53. I'm going to go ahead and start out with one of the most prominent undrafted rookies that you all showed a whole bunch of love to. And I'm going to talk about Aubrey Miller out of Jackson State University under Dion. And he has been showing flashes throughout camp and has been everywhere, all over the ball. However, he needs to prove that he's better than probably our worst middle linebacker, which is Channing Tindall. Unless somehow both can make the roster, he'll need to beat out Channing Tindall. And Channing Tindall in that preseason game outplayed Aubrey Miller. So it's kind of a toss-up as of right now, but you're kind of leaning towards the third-round pick from last year. He was a third-round pick for a reason. So he has a slight chance. He's on the bubble. It really depends on how deep the roster wants to go in certain places. You know, there's also talks about maybe not even bringing Skylar Thompson onto the 53 if he doesn't win the backup job over Mike White. Yeah, on to the next guy, Brandon Peely. Now, this guy, guys, I've been talking about him all offseason, and he honestly had the best shot from the very beginning to make this roster, being that we needed another defensive tackle. And yeah, we brought in veteran Deshaun Hand, but Peely has been there and been an absolute monster. He's there on every play, pass rush, run stopping, everything. He just blows everything up. Now, he is a little bit undersized, but he makes up for it with his just limitless motor. He just keeps going and gets after it, and he's done a fantastic job. So I think he is going to make the 53 as the fourth defensive tackle. Of course, we have Zach Sealer, Christian Wilkins, and Raekwon Davis. I think he's going to be the fourth. I think Deshaun Hand's kind of going to be, that bubble guy that, depends on where the Dolphins want to cut down. Like, do they want to have depth here or depth here? Do they want to, they had three quarterbacks last year, so that cut into a position. And, last year we had a bunch of corners, so that cut into positions. So it's going to be interesting to see, what positions get cut and which positions are able to stick around and be a little bit deeper at. Another guy that Mitchell Agood. Now, y'all been telling me about this man. Y'all have. I did a slight video on him. He's out of University of Miami. And I wasn't too high on him at first. I'm like, oh yeah, he's practice squad guy, like off rip. I don't think he's making the 53. But it turns out this man has been everywhere. He's actually played better than Aubrey Miller. And a lot of the reporters on the Dolphins have him listed as making the 53 over some guys, which is kind of surprising. Now, he is kind of like a hybrid edge rusher linebacker. He's more of in a 4-3 scheme. He's an outside linebacker. In a 3-4 scheme, he can play outside, he can play inside. And it looks like we're going to be running a mixture of those. So he's kind of like a hybrid guy. And we could use that. And he, once again, limitless motor. And on special teams, he showed flashes there as well. So I think he makes the 53. I think he has a strong chance of making the 53. Out of the three guys that I mentioned so far, I think he has the second best chance. I think Brandon Peely, then him, and then Aubrey Miller as a third. Now, I have my list here. Cornerback Keydron Smith, he's not making it. I didn't think he was ever going to make it. Ethan Bonner on the same, scope. Those guys, they've showed promise and maybe in some special teams, but we're just so deep that those guys are like 7, 8. They're not like, 6, 7 where they can possibly make it on. They're not on the bubble. They're a long shot. And it really sucks for them because, I think they're going to end up on a practice squad somewhere. I hope they do. because they've shown some flashes. They've shown that they could be a good depth piece and maybe special teams piece on someone's team somewhere. Unfortunately, just not with the Dolphins. They are too deep at the cornerback position. And then this guy was a undrafted free agent, but this is his second year, right? Jalen Twyman. He defensive tackle. Once again, I think he's a long shot. Now he's shown some flashes. He's also shown some boneheadedness. I believe he was the one that had that stupid penalty on Atlanta where the quarterback gave himself up. Channing Tindall flew over him, and then he just came in with a smackdown. Like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, I believe that was him. Yeah, and I don't think he has a chance of making the roster. I really don't. Those are my top guys that have actually been performing well, though. There are others. There's Alama Uolave. I believe I said that right. He is a guard. He has played fairly well, but the one position that we're actually pretty decent on is guard, besides Liam Eichenberg. Liam Eichenberg, my brother, I love you. But Alama Uolave is probably better than Liam, but other than that, he's not better than anybody else on that line. And the Dolphins just have too much invested in Liam at this point to really just give him up for an undrafted free agent. I hope that we are able to get him on the practice squad, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone picks him up and puts him on active roster, quite honestly. That's just my 2 cents on it. But yeah, that's who I got for y'all. Let me know if there's any other players that you think are on the bubble. Do I think they're going to make the team? Let me know if you want to hear my thoughts on them. Put it in the comments below. And don't forget to join our Discord. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and once again, comment, share it with your friends. Let me know. Deuces.